Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to the Conquest video guide. So this one I want to show you a few teams and the data this set that will make taking down General Skywalkers with Steadfast Retribution quite easy and manageable, I hope. So the idea here thing is, as you know, we're getting more and more conquests here. I'll be testing out different teams to complement my enemies tool on my SWGOH for Life website. So let me show you what I mean if you haven't seen it yet. There will link in the description below. So I did create here enemies feature, and for example, for the case of this video, we can search for General Skywalker. And for now, I just have kind of just very basic information of some suggested counters. So to expand on this counter section, I'll be doing a series of these videos for each enemy, showing different teams and data this set that you can use to take them down quite easily. And obviously once that is done, I'll post them here on the website I'm showing you now. So for now, you do also have speed calculator here for General Skywalker. It seems like, at least I personally haven't seen any over prepared General Skywalker teams, so it really depends also on the team comp, and a little bit there's not always the same clones in there. Things may go differently, whether it's staunch appraisal or as well Steadfast Retribution modifier as well will play slightly differently. So in this one I'll be in sector 4 going up against Steadfast Retribution. So as you can see here, speed ranges in sector 5, well, I'm in sector 4 to be honest, are between 289 and 390. So when it comes to speed and other stats, as you're in the beginning of the sector, then obviously those stats are towards the lower end here of this range, and as you're progressing towards the second half of sector, then slowly stat boosts including speed will be towards the higher range. So definitely check out this speed tool just as a guideline when you're going up against different enemies, that you can see will you go first or will they go first, so you can prepare yourself. Okay, now let's hop back to the gameplay, and let's just first talk about the data this set I will be using for this video. Now this is a slightly modified version of the self-destruct data this set that I do have. Now versus these teams like Padme and as well General Skywalker, they do have Steadfast Retribution. Having this data this set self-destruct is very good instead of having some other data this, because it's not your guys that are doing the damage. Because if you have data this sets that boost damage on your team, you will very quickly lose all health and protection. But if you just use this data this set with caustic emissions as well as ability exhaust, volatile accelerator and thermal exhaust as well, you'll be just stacking lots and lots of thermal detonators, and then thermal detonators will start taking out enemies. So it's not gonna be you, which means that obviously your guys can stay alive and hopefully secure you the 3-star win. Now in terms of other data this set, you will notice as well that I have some other data this there. Whenever I critically hit, my guys will be recovering protection as well. So this will a little bit help, obviously with also offsetting some of the damage, the little damage we'll be doing from our attacks. And as well, obviously the ability exhaust data disc, very crucial here. So General Skywalker can never ever use his AoE, again further protecting your entire team. So here we are in sector 4, Steadfast Retribution. I wasn't able to find any sector 5 Steadfast Retribution called General Skywalkers, so I'm here in sector 4. So the first team that can get the job done is Padme, right? Because Padme has good survivability with the protection up, with the healing from Padme. So just a case of waiting thermal detonators to all the damage. As you can see, we're not doing a lot of damage here because I don't have any data discs that actually boost damage that I'm doing to the team. It's just all about stacking debuffs on them so they get more thermal detonators and eventually they're off. Everybody's constantly ability blocked whenever they do get a turn. So even this would be a team with Rex, he would never be able to use form up to boost their meter to the team because they're constantly ability blocked whenever they get a turn. So there we go, going up to 5s first. Yoda's in trouble there, so let's just go ahead and heal him up. It's good here before General Skywalker stands up that you spread foresight on your team with Yoda, so that at least they can then dodge one of the hits from General Skywalker. So there we go, 1 hit, 2 hits. Oh yeah, he's just using his basic, can't be avoided, I'm afraid. So yeah, foresight won't help you much, but at least we got some protection up. So there you go, we took him out, finished him off. Very easy because of those ability blocks and thermal detonators doing all the damage. So we can try CLS as well. Now we know CLS can handle General Skywalker under normal circumstances in Territory Wars, Grand Arena. It works okay as well in Conquest, a bit of RNG again, but in combination with healing from Chewbacca and as well the protection recovery there that I do have, the critical formation and protection recovery data discs. We can keep recovering some health and protection just to keep our guys alive. So we go into very quickly go through this, and also your look, you'll be getting so much bonus turn meter if you don't switch the stance because of all the damage your guys are taking from Steadfast Retribution. So this will further fuel your turn meter train. And John Skywalker, whenever he does get sub, because of our ability blocks on him, he can just use basic. Potentially he could take out Chewbacca there for a 2-star win. So it really depends exactly on RNG, but either 2 or 3-star win, I think it's very manageable here with here CLS. Now Bossk, he's probably the best team here for this kind of self-destruct data this set, just because of all the debuffs that are being applied with the data disk. Team just keeps healing and healing and healing. You will need here Mando obviously, so you can disintegrate John Skywalker. So you don't have to deal with him much, but just have a look at this, how much protection recovery and health recovery our team gets. We are getting some damage from Steadfast Retribution, from hits, but we just keep healing up anytime any unit gets a turn, just because of all those debuffs being applied. So definitely Bossk teams are almost immortal with this kind of data this set, I would say. Okay, so we got John Skywalker almost down. I'm just going to go ahead, do an AoE here. It doesn't matter, we keep healing up. Let's start working towards that contract. There we go, calling Django for the double tap there. 5 self-destructs from thermal detonators. Going after Echo now. Do burning. Looks like John Skywalker will get up, but it doesn't even matter. As soon as he gets a turn, he'll get all those debuffs applied, and all he can do is double basic. So no big AoEs from him and things like that. So there you go, we got contact triggered. Django now even got damage immunity as well. I'm going to heal up, feed some turn meter to the team. There we go. We there disintegrated John Skywalker. Now just a cleanup duty. Boom, down goes Ahsoka, mass assist. We back to full health and protection. It's definitely Bossk team, very useful versus these guys with this data this set. Just constant healing. So the enemy can't really do anything aside from basics. Another team you can use is also some sort of Jedi team, maybe not the prettiest, but you can get it done. Going with Bastila Lee just because of all this extra bonus protection we will get in the beginning of the battle. So this will hopefully allow you to get a 3-star win versus John Skywalker. So the idea here is obviously keep calling Jedi Knight Luke for assists. We're just gonna head mark. We have to get John Skywalker down. Let the other guys take a turn, especially 5, so he will quickly stack lots of thermal detonators on him. So whenever he gets a turn after John Skywalker is down, he'll just kind of self-destruct. Okay, getting a ton here with old band just to protect the other guys a little bit. Let's go ahead, heal up. John Skywalker still standing. There we go, that should finish him. Okay, so let's take care of 5s first. Down goes 5s. Going after Echo now, because our trooper there self-destructed anyways. Still going after Echo, down he goes. Just a case of taking out Ahsoka now. I wasn't able to take her out fast enough, so here comes John Skywalker. But again, because of the ability exhaust data disk, all he can do is his basic attacks. So okay, alright. So here I just decided to, because Jedi Trevan can ignore a ton, just to put a hit on Ahsoka, so I avoid counterattacks from John Skywalker. Okay, he got a few hits there. Now we can counterattack as well with our look. Let's go ahead, pop that over on Basti, because her basic, applies debuffs, which means more thermal detonators on John Skywalker. It's not that we really need more, but it's always good to have more than less. There we go. Alright, so John Skywalker will take a seat for the 2nd time, and then we can just go ahead, finish off Ahsoka. Oh, she's self-destructed. John Skywalker gets up straight away, but again, because of the ability blocks, he can't do anything than basic. Now we can't critically hit him anymore, that he's the last one. We can stun him, control him, thermal detonators nearly killed him off, so I was just able to finish him off there. So there you go, Jedi Bastila there with a Jedi can get the job done as well. Now moving on to some Galactic Legend teams that can get this done also. Obviously we've got Rey and just some sort of resistance team, because then the whole idea here is not to do damage to them, because remember, Steadfast Retribution will do damage back to us. So the case is just again kind of waiting for these all the debuffs, thermal detonators to stack on the enemies. Rey's keeping everybody alive as well there with live blood, and then obviously we do benefit from damage immunity when somebody falls below 50% health. So here we go, let's just keep going, keep healing up Rey, keep there as well spamming live blood just to gain all this bonus protection. Okay, so looks like they got Holdo down now into damage immunity, so we should be able to do a whirlwind here with Rey, get General Skywalker down. And now this Steadfast Retribution did so much damage to Rey that she herself got into damage immunity as well. Fives there self-destructed. We still have damage immunity on Holdo. She's got taunt, so they have to go after her. Another whirlwind. Now the good thing about it is doing a second whirlwind with Rey when she's in damage immunity, because she's got damage immunity. At the time of doing whirlwind, Steadfast Retribution will not do any damage to her, so she's at full health, full protection. Now I'm going to go into ultimate. Again, John Skywalker coming up, can't do anything other than basic, and now just a case of waiting for my Rey to unload the ultimate, or maybe thermal detonators will get General Skywalker before that. There we go. Rey again, great option here. You don't even need that great characters with her, just some with characters that are tanky and can heal. That should be more than enough. Now, if you do have Jedi Master Kenobi, this probably is the easiest way to take care of General Skywalker, because what you do is you reset cooldowns on Commander Ahsoka Tano, which gives her damage immunity as well, and same thing with Rey. Once you take out General Skywalker, because she did have damage immunity on her, she gets no damage, and then you can just pretty much target fives, hit auto, and that's pretty much it. Because again, we are not doing all that much damage with our guys. That little damage that we're doing, we got lots of bonus protection to begin with, and eventually, we'll stack lots of thermal detonators on them. So if they don't die off from our attacks, they will start self-destructing from all the thermal detonators. Definitely, Jedi Master Kenobi is going to be by far the easiest way to handle these General Skywalker teams that have Steadfast Retribution on them. There you go, very easy and straightforward with the self-destruct data disc set. Another way, Lord Vader, so another Galactic Legend battle here. Again, you want to have Royal Guard in there, Throne for Fracture, Gideon to apply Demoralize to reduce the damage, and then I'm using Short Trooper here because he's got a heal, so he can a little bit heal our team. So here we go, we start off with a big AoE, lots of debuffs, lots of thermal detonators, pushing back turn meter now on everybody. So now Throne will get a turn in a moment. Let's drop an armor shred on John Skywalker as well. We can just go ahead now, fracture John Skywalker, stop his counterattacks, and then we can just pound him until he takes a seat. And in the meantime, clones will gain a lot of debuffs on themselves, so eventually they will self-destruct as well. Okay, there we go, Short Trooper. He puts critical damage immunity, healing up the team. So very here, good team to handle these John Skywalkers if you do have, obviously, Lord Vader. Okay, so go after fives now. There we go, he's self-destructed, I think. Going to drop an armor shred. Ahsoka self-destructing, ARC Trooper self-destructing, but Echo didn't get a turn yet, so John Skywalker got up. Doesn't matter, whenever he gets a turn, he'll get ability blocked because of the ability exhaust data disk and all those debuffs we're applying, caustic emission and thermal exhausts, that he'll just be able to do basics. And obviously with Lord Vader lead, we can't be critically hit anymore below, is it 80% health, I believe. So very easy here way to handle John Skywalker as well. If you do have Lord Vader, shouldn't be much of a challenge. So there you go, guys, that's the final here battle I wanted to show to you today, how to counter General Skywalker with Steadfast Retribution in Conquest with a slightly modified thermal exhaust data disk set. I did add there as well protection, recovery, and critical formation instead of one of the Amplify Agony data sets. Alright guys, hopefully this was useful and helpful. Let me know what you think about this kind of format of counter guide videos. I'm trying to find the best way to obviously complement my enemies feature on my website, where you can check the speeds and just give a little bit more details about counters and how to approach different teams using these powerful data sets that I'll be showcasing through the series of these videos. Thank you for watching everyone. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.